So for this next step, we're going to star our images, we're going to flag our images, and we're going to create an export catalog so that I can grade your work. But before we get started in Lightroom, I want to go back to your main folder. So I'm just going to bring that down and go back into that COD folder. Now in here, I want to create an exports folder. I already did this earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and dump this. Yours should look like this. I want you to go into File, New Folder, and create an export folder. This exports folder will now be where you're going to house your export catalog, and that catalog is a catalog that I'm going to collect from you to grade your work. Once you've done that, we can go right back into Lightroom and get started with starring and flagging. So the first thing I want you to notice is down here you have a little panel. And anything that you click on here, I'm going to unclick them so you can see, is you can see all of the items here that you require for starring, flagging, etc. If I click on flagging, my flag system comes up. If I click on rating, my star rating comes up. If I click on color, my color label comes up. You'll also be able to see them in your attributes as well. So you can go ahead and use these by clicking on them and hovering over and clicking on these. For example, if you want to give this one a blue, right, color label, you can unclick that as well to uncolor label it. I personally like using the star system first. I use the 5, 4, 3 system. So a number 5 for my top image, I love it. My number 4 for a possibility, and my number 3 for I'm not really digging it, I'm not really sure. If you'd like, you can use a star system of 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 being your favorite, number 2 your so-so, and number 1 probably not liking this image. As you can see, I've already done mine. But I'm going to go ahead and click on the first image and hit my spacebar key. By hitting my spacebar key, I get to get a really large view of my image. Using my arrow keys, I can either go forward or back. And this way I can start to star my images. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to give this one a 4. You can see that when I click on the number 4, it shows that I've actually starred that image. And maybe I want to select this image as well, but I'm not really digging it too much. But I don't know, maybe I'll give it a 4. I'm not too sure. I might use it for a future something. Now this one I've already labeled as a 4. This one I gave it a 5, but I've changed my mind. So I can go back and hit 4, and it actually hits the 4 key, and I can change my mind and hit the 5. At any given time, you can do that while you're in this selection mode. Now, I didn't star all my images, or I starred some that I'm just kind of not digging. I like to use these examples for class. So once I've gone through all my images and I've starred them, I'm going to go to the next step, which is flagging the images that I'm going to turn in for my assignment. Now, you may have starred an image that you really love personally, but don't feel like it represents the homework assignment, so you're not flagging it to turn it in, and that's totally fine. The starring system is a way for you to catalog your preferences. The flagging system you'll be using to either print and select images or to turn them in for your homework assignments. Now I'm going to switch your attention to up here. Right now it's on filters off, but if I only want to see my flagged images or my rated images or my unrated images, this panel here is how I can do that. So right now I want to select my flagged images. Oh, it says I don't have any. Did I not flag them? Let me go back. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to select filters off because it looks like I didn't flag any of them, which is perfectly fine. My first image I definitely want to flag, and P is for flag, U is for unflag. So I'm going to flag this one. You can see down below there it tells you flagged and picked that one. I'm going to go into this image because I kind of like it a little better. I'm going to hit P for flagged. This one, P for flagged. And this one, another P for flag. And I'm not sure. That looks a little dark. I'm going to hit this one. P for flagged. So now I believe I have all these flags because I can see the white flags here, right? And I don't think I flagged this one, so I'm going to hit that P again. And there it is, and it's flagged. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to come back here because I only want to see my flagged items. And that is exactly what I like. Now I'm going to get these ready because I'm going to want to export them as a catalog to grade. So go into File and scroll down to Export as Catalog. Now this export as catalog is not the same as this one, so be sure to go under the File option and select Export as Catalog. If when this window comes up, it looks like this is totally fine. To expand it, you just have to click on this. What I want to save this as is going to be your export photo. So what I want you to do is to put and be continuous with our labeling system. So photo 1101 underscore P1 underscore your last name. And this is how this export folder system is going to be labeled. You're going to label this as P1 for your aperture, as P1 underscore 2 for your shutter. So I'll be selecting 2 of these exported catalogs from you. Great. And where you are going to place these? You're going to place these in your exports. Down below here, you're going to have a lot of options, but these options sometimes make the images really large. I don't want export selected photos only because I also want to include your smart previews. I don't want negative files. And all I want to select here right now is build/include smart previews. That's the only option I want attached to your images. And then I'm going to click on export catalog. So I only have 5 images selected here, and that process was pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead now in my folder, and I am going to look into my exports. You see now it's labeled photo 1101 underscore P1 underscore Ortiz. When I click on this, I'm going to see that it gave me this little export Lightroom catalog here. This catalog will only direct me to your exported images. So relaunch Lightroom with this catalog. This is what I will be seeing, which is your catalog images from your homework assignment. So then I get to review your homework assignments. They'll come up and I'll be able to grade them accordingly. Now, all of these images are coming up because I'm in my personal Lightroom. But when I open your work, because I'm not exporting these images or anything like that, I will be looking at all of your work only. So be sure to follow these steps of A, flagging and starring your work, and then exporting your assignments as an export catalog so that I can grade your homework assignments. Certainly, again, if you have any questions about this process, feel free to email me.